Okay guys, I am finally doing a craft room tour of my craft room, and it is not perfect. It is a work in progress, but I said this is the day to do it because I am off work today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the best I can. But I wanted to show you guys my craft room as of now because you guys have requested it. And yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so don't mind these boxes on the floor right here. And these are Alexis. We went to Ikea and we're gonna get her, we got her a new bed and dresser, so we're going to paint her room. So these boxes had to land here right now, so just ignore those throughout the tour. So let's get started. Okay, so I first want to show you guys my sewing area. This is in the front of my house. I use my craft room, actually my formal living room, as my craft room. I just converted it last year because we're not formal people, and literally it was something that we were not using, so I decided to go ahead and consume the space. So right here is the Ikea table that you guys may have seen in an earlier episode last year. I'm going to put everything that I talk about in the description box below, but I absolutely love this table as a sewing table. It's got 3 drawers on this side right here, and right now most of them are empty because I don't have anything to put in them right now, but I know that's good for future storage. This table here, each side of the table leg will actually drop, and let me show you that real quick. So underneath here are these legs that you can lift this table up and then drop the tabletop. Actually, I won't show you that because I do have my iron on here, but just know that that is what happens. And so I've got drawers on this side of the table as well, and in here I have just my sewing material, some extra bobbins and threads and things of that nature. I think this bottom one down here has the original manual and some extra accessories for my sewing machine. So I actually have had this machine for probably over a year now. So let me show you a little bit about it. So this is the Memory Craft 6600. I got this last year for a really good price because the 6700 just came out, and as most of you guys know, if you follow me, I'm a beginner quilter, so I definitely wanted to upgrade to something a little bit better than what I first originally had. So I have been very, very pleased with this Janome 6600, Memory Craft 6600, and absolutely have no issues with it. This here is a little sewing cover that I made off of a tutorial that I got off of Missouri Quilting Company on YouTube. So I made this just to store all of my goodies, etc., my pens, clips and things of that nature. So I made a couple of pockets for that. So it was a very easy tutorial. Jenny from Missouri Star Quilt. So if you guys, I'll link that video down below as well. And then up here, it's just a simple little cork board that I have where I've put some pictures of the kids when they were younger here. So that's what's standing right here. So yeah. And the chairs that I use for sewing are right here, and they're just some inexpensive chairs that I got from when my company was doing a $5 chair sale. I've had these for a while. Are they ideal for sewing? Not really, but I'm going to eventually find something preferably with wheels on it so I can scoot back and forth at the sewing table. And I actually have 2, so sometimes Alexis, my 5-year-old, will sit next to me when I'm sewing, so she keeps me company. And this, guys, is just a quilt that I'm working on for my sister. You guys have probably seen that in earlier videos, so I need to get finished with that. So over here is just a step trash can that I have for trash, etc. And in the corner here is all of my filming equipment. I just kind of keep that over in the corner because it's really just a really good place for it. So yeah, that's what is going on with that. So let me back up a little bit so you guys can see my Calyx. So this here is my Calyx storage system that I got from Ikea. It is a 5x5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 5x5. And I keep all of my knitting supplies and things of that nature on this, on these shelvings. At the bottom here, I have these cedar chip bags just to make sure that bugs and things don't get into my yarn. And I got all of these storage or gray storage bins from Ikea as well. This one stores most of my cotton yarn, and these up here store my indie dyed yarns. I got a little Y for Yolanda, and there's a picture of Alexis when she was younger and the boys when they were younger. And then here is just some drawers that I got from Michael's that actually kind of fit in here. So I throw miscellaneous needles and things like that in here. And here's another storage bag full of goodie yarn. And then also here is another 2-drawer system that I got from Michael's as well. It doesn't fit the entire space in the square, but that's good because I've got some books right here on the side, and I have like little accessories in here of stitch markers and things like that. And also the same down here is a bunch of stitch markers, etc. So yeah. And then up top on my Calyx, I just have some other storage items that are kind of too big to store elsewhere. So this is kind of a work in progress for me. So, but I love this Kallax unit because it gives me so much storage space. And then of course, here's my model form. She's wearing a scarf that I knitted, but she stays in here as well. So if I ever get into garment knitting, then that would be great. And then back here is just some old Elfa shelving that my sister was not using that she's decided to donate to me, which I'm very, very happy with. Actually, 2 of them were mine. The 2 on this end are mine, and then the one on that end is hers. So this just stores my Cricut maker here. So I absolutely love it. It is the Explore Air 2, and I have not had it for a very, very long time, but I'm still learning and I love it. Up above that is a frame that says Boss Lady that I got on clearance for $5. I think I got it at Michael's. And so yeah, that was a really good deal because guess what? I am the boss lady, right? So here is my latest toy. This is a heat press that I got from Heat Press Nation, and I have been using it to make t-shirts for the family and members of the family, and we've had a really good time with that. So that's the heat press that I'm going to use for t-shirts that I'm eventually going to put in my Etsy shop for my merchandise. So yeah, I absolutely love it. I do have the Easy Press 2 as well. But I wanted something that was a little bit more industrial strength because I knew I was probably going to be making quite a few t-shirts. So yeah. And then as we span around, this here is the table that you guys saw in one earlier video, and it shows, I showed you guys exactly how myself and Jordan put that together. I will link that in the card above so you guys can take a look at that, and also I'll put in the description box below. But this here is my old sewing machine is a brother sewing machine. This is what I first started out with, and this is the carrying case for it, and I just leave it right here to the side, because eventually I would like to teach Alexis how to sew, and that way she'll be able to sit next to me at my table and we can sew together. Oh, okay, so I also forgot to tell you, this is my pressing mat. It's just a small pressing mat that I got from Joann's, and it has been really handy when it comes to, hold on, my cord got stuck. Okay, it comes in handy when I am pressing for quilting at the sewing machine. And this is my Alesso Pro Iron that I got from Joann's as well, and I actually splurged on this one because it will stay heated and only go idle, I think after 30 minutes. Yes, and I love it because it's the touch one. It goes down when you hand touch it and comes back up, so you don't ever have to worry about burning your fabric or leaving your iron. So I love that. And you can actually turn that feature off if you don't like it. But like I said, I splurged on that, and that is definitely something that I am totally in love with. So coming back over here to the cutting table, these are just two inexpensive canvas boxes that I got from, I want to say, Michael's as well. One holds all my scraps when I'm cutting at the cutting table. This one holds all of my trash. So yeah, that works for me. And I'm hoping that this is in focus. And then this light here is also from Joann's. It is an odd light, and I absolutely love it because it clamps onto my desktop, which this top here is just a wooden door. So very inexpensive at Lowe's. I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money on a desktop, so this one is a hollow door, and yeah, it works for my needs. It's really, really long and wide, so I can do a myriad of things on it. So anyway, so yes, this lamp is from Joann's. I think this is the only place that you can get this particular odd light because I haven't seen it anywhere else. And here's just some extra things that I have been working on for sewing projects. And I keep my Stanwood jumbo winder on this desk as well. And let me tell you, it is a godsend to have that just sitting out and not having to pull it out whenever I need to wind yarn. And yeah, so underneath here is a bunch of different things that I store stuff in. So this is where I store some of my yarn, sewing equipment. This is my camera equipment, and in here it's just scraps of yarn, not yarn, fabric and things that I have used. We've got some extra batting, etc. So these cubby holes are fantastic for that. I'm just so in love. And this here is I don't know if it's a Recollections, I can't remember, but I got this, I got this from Michael's as well. It is one of my favorites because it stores everything, and I literally can just get to anything that I need immediately from this carousel. And then of course I keep a lint roller for my fabrics when I'm working on those. And then down here is my easy press box, which I need to figure out if I'm going to put that easy press next to my Cricut. I don't really think that I have a whole lot of room. I actually may put it over here because this drawer set here, and you guys forgive me for all the cords and stuff, but we're working on that as well. This here is a 5-drawer letterpress. I think it's called a letterpress or something like that, that I got from Michael's. It holds all of my vinyl in it. So, and it's on wheels, which makes it very easy to roll. So I'm very happy with that. Currently, the top is housing my wireless router, but you guys know this is real life. And then over here is my Cricut rolling cart, which I am in love with as well. It has places to store extra Cricut items, also markers and blades and things like that. So I'm very happy with that. I just kind of leave that over here in the corner. And then I have also purchased, which is not up yet, are these mobile storage towers. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but it definitely lends well to extra storage. So yeah, I'm going to do that. And then there's some more storage here that I've gotten, some storage cubes. So I'm trying to maximize the amount of storage that I have in this space. So here on the front, when you walk in the door, is more of what I would consider to be my prettier side, because I keep all of my fabric on this side up at the top especially. I still need to do some work of rearranging the bottom, but yeah, so this is all of my fabric that I have right now. And what I do is I take the fabric and I fold them on these comic book boards. Let me grab that real quick so I can show you. Okay, so these are comic book storyboards, and they're literally just, I think, 8.5. I don't even think they're 8.5, but they're, I don't remember the size of these, but you get a whole pack of 100 for really literally probably under $10. And what I do is I fold my fabric, and I got this from YouTube. I fold my fabric on the storyboards, so that way they stay nice and neat and folded, and then you just fold the ends in, which I'll take care of that later. But that's what these all of these fabrics are folded on. And these are some layer cakes and pre-made 2.5-inch strips as well, and then some other miscellaneous things at the bottom. So yeah, so that is really just a quick tour of my craft room. As I continue to expand and put more things in it, I will do an updated room tour. Oh, these baskets here, miscellaneous and etc. I got those from Michael's, so I throw literally miscellaneous and extras in here, like my sock blockers and projects that I'm not currently working on, etc. So that was kind of a good place to kind of throw your stuff into. So yeah, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick tour. Like I said, I'll do something a little bit more formal once I get everything the way that I would like it. But I'm just glad to be able to have the storage space that I have. I feel blessed about it. I try to keep it as neat as possible because it is the first room you see when you come in my house. However, if you know me and you are my friend, then you know crafting is a big part of what I do. So you just have to look over the mess if I have it. And over here is my computer desk. So anything that I have to do computer related, I do over here. It's quite messy right now, but so it really is convenient to be able to go back and forth from the office to the craft room. So that works really well for me. So yeah. All right, guys, if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification button so that you don't miss any other videos from me. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.